Shalom. My name is Raha Ernest, and we have been looking into those scriptures which will make a huge difference in your life. Scriptures that could change the direction of your life. And today we're looking into Romans chapter 8, verse 9. And this is what it says. But you are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit. If indeed the Spirit of God dwells in you. Now if anyone does not have the Spirit of Christ, he is not his. It's an amazing scripture. So it says here, you are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit. That could be the hardest thing to convince a Christian or someone who's just given their life to Jesus. That you are not, from now on, you are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit. You know, it's like you can tell a cow, from now on, you are a lion. You are not a cow. That will take a long time for a cow to be convinced that they are lions. Every time you see them chewing grasses, you tell them, no, please. From now on, you are supposed to eat meat and not grasses. From now on, you're not supposed to run from your enemies because you are now more than a conqueror, because you are a lion. That will be a long shot for you to be able to convince a cow that he is a lion. So in the same way, let's say you've adopted a child, maybe from China, and you are from Africa. And you tell them, no, look, from now on, I've signed the papers. You are now African. You are no longer Chinese. It could be difficult because they will be looking at their flesh. You'll be looking at their skin. They'll be looking at their eyes, how their eyes look like. They will always try to identify themselves with where they're coming from, with who they are, because they will be looking at their flesh. They will be looking at what in the flesh, in the biblical sense, it is like you're being moved by what you see, taste, hear, smell, and feel. That's living in the flesh. So in here, God is saying, you are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit. Why? It continues to say, if indeed the Spirit of God dwells in you. Because the Spirit of God dwells in you, you are no longer in the flesh. See yourself in the Spirit. It says here, if anyone does not have the Spirit of Christ, he is none of his. He does not belong to him. If you want to reap the fruit of the Spirit, you should start to see yourself in the Spirit. Because it says here, the Spirit of God dwells in you. Because if you do not have the Spirit of Christ in you, you do not belong to Christ, you're going to hell. But because the Spirit of God dwells in you, you are not in the flesh, you are in the Spirit. So it's Romans chapter 8, verse 9.